Welcome to another presentation of Fractured Fairy Tale Theater. You're in luck because today you're going to hear the story of a wolf and a rather foolish mermaid named Little Red Riding Mermaid.
Hey, you'd be foolish too if your fairy tale was all topsy-turvy.
I certainly would not. Now back to the story. Once upon a time, Little Red Riding Mermaid was swimming through the forest and counting ladybugs when her mother called for her.
Little Red Riding Mermaid, I need you to help me with a very important task. Grandmother is sick and she needs our help. Can you deliver for her this basket of starfish so that she might regain her strength? Of course I can, Mama, but there's just one little thing. What's that? I don't remember where Grandma lives. Gee whiz, she lives in the deep dark forest, don't you remember? The one that's crawling with bloodthirsty wolves. I can't believe you forget a place like that. Maybe you should go, Mommy. I'm scared. And risk being eaten by a wolf? No, thank you. What do you think I had kids for in the first place? Just stick to the path and you'll be fine.
So Little Red Riding Mermaid swam along the path into the deep dark woods and everything seemed to be going fine.
Tra-la-la-la-la, swimming through the woods, singing this song loud enough for potential wolves to hear. Tra-la-la-la-la, I am a foolish little mermaid.
A wolf hears Little Red Riding Mermaid singing and he sneaks up on her and he says, "Hey, where'd you get that basket of starfish? I'm hungry."
This food is for my grandma. She lives just down the road.
Ew, gross kid. You can't go to your grandmother's house smelling like starfish. I think you should go off the path a little and pick some flowers. That way you'll smell better and they'll cheer up your sick grandma.
Mr. Wolf, I think that's a great idea.
The name is actually Big Bad.
Thank you, Mr. Big Bad.
So Little Red Riding Mermaid swam off the path and picked a bundle of flowers while the wolf sprinted down the path to find a sick old grandma lying in bed. The wolf licked his lips, he smiled and said, sleeping grandmas are my favorite food. Besides, mermaids, nom 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 nom. Mr. Big Bad gobbled up Little Red Riding Mermaid's grandmother in a single gulp and then went into her closet to find some granny clothing. He crawled into her bed and waited for Little Red Riding Mermaid to arrive.
Grandma, it's me, Little Red Riding Mermaid. I've brought you some fresh baked starfish. Grandma, I can't see you. It's so dark in here.
Come closer, my child, so that I might see you better.
Grandma, what big eyes you have.
All the better to see you with.
Grandma, what big ears you have.
All the better to hear you with, my child.
And Grandma, what big teeth you have.
All the better to eat you with, my child.
But I brought you starfish.
Nom 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 nom. And the wolf gobbled up Little Red Riding Mermaid in a single bite, and then fell fast asleep. The end.
Hey, what about the part where the fisherman arrives and cuts us free?
Oh, that version came much later.
Oh, but I've learned my lesson.
And what lesson is that? Yeah, what lesson is that?
Never trust a narrator with your story. He might make you get eaten by a wolf.
Oh dear. Well, that concludes another episode of Fractured Fairy Tale Theater. I think I'm just going to go ahead and keep her inside that wolf. Thank you, mister. Don't mention it. The end. For reals this time.